Alright, my glasses are fogging up, but we're here at the long trail. I'm here with my pal Whoopsie.
Oh man, that ain't my name. Not the legendary Oscar snub.
The Black Beauty on Netflix star Whoopsie. Well, we're here at the Red Loaf Wilderness.
Okay, we just made what I assume to be probably the hardest so far, but definitely the easiest to come.
Yeah.
Of the climbs on the pavement.
Parked down at the Middlebury Snowball and walked up. The time of filming this, we're coming right after the August 2023 flood, so Route 125 has been closed coming from Route 100, so we came around the other way. We're heading out. We're going from Middlebury Gap up to Brandon Gap or Lincoln Gap. So it's a little bit of what we're doing here.
There to there.
Yes, indeed. Let's see. So far we've climbed already 306 feet, and my heart rate is starting to come down to a 150 beats per minute. All right. Well, might want to throw on some rain gear. Might want to not, but we shall see.
And I think we will definitely want to stretch here. We didn't stretch before, and
yeah.
I think every second that I've sat at my desk,
it's catching up with you, huh?
Yeah. I want to have a career change.
Yeah. All right.
Here we go.
We'll see you on the trail.
Feels like 40. Are you taking a video?
Yes.
Well, let me just say, I hope there's not a surprise in my pants. And I also am liking what the weather's come to. That's what I was just saying.
I must agree.
It's like winter in Washington, but not freezing.
Yeah. So I think the last time that I was filming, I said it might be a good idea to put my rain jacket on, and let me tell you, it was a good idea.
Yeah, look at my rain jacket.
Yeah.
It's usually a few shades lighter than this.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, man, I should have put my rain pants on because it was pretty much torrential.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But now it's good.
Yeah, and let's see, from where we started, we have done just over 1,000 feet.
And that's before we filmed that first one.
Yeah, so we did like 300
on the pavement.
Yeah, from the snowball. But I have taken my rain jacket off. I'm probably just going to leave it hanging on my pack in case
you need it.
In case something happens. But yeah, now we're chugging along. Ran into some girls on a day hike who were thoroughly soaked.
Yeah.
About as much as we are. My hat feels like it's about 3 pounds.
Yeah, I'm not even wearing my hat because, I mean, it's cotton 100%.
All right, well, just a little update. I feel like I would have taken this out when we had our first cheese break, but
it was a little too wet.
It was far too wet, and I think we were far too huffing and puffing at that point.
Yeah, we were huffing and puffing a bit. I could feel that, there were some chemicals that were needed in my body.
My favorite chemical.
Cheese.
Cheese. H2 cheese.
What did I say? My brain chemistry's been altered.
All right, well.
Not from the nicotine that I used to be subscribed to, but from the cheese that I'm currently subscribed to.
All right, well, I think we're going to continue on.
Yep.
On our foggy little journey. All right, folks. Whoopsie here. I'm here with my pal Josh.
Hey, man.
It's probably this is insanely dark, but something. I think we did more miles than we were expecting to get to this shelter here.
Socks should probably be wrung out.
We did more miles than we were expecting to get here. I think we did like 5 miles according to my watch. So we got here probably 5 minutes after sunset. This is a boys' shelter. So, I mean, granted, we did do a little bit of road walking from the snow bowl, but I mean, it couldn't have been, I don't think it was 1.4 miles, you know, and I feel like my Apple Watch is usually fairly accurate, but we're here. We're about to start cheesing. We're definitely about to have some hot beverages.
It's a bit wet today.
Thoroughly soaked. Probably the fastest I've ever hiked in my life was that last half mile, 0.6 mile to.
I feel like it just feels so fast because all the vegetation is coming in on you.
Yeah. But you know, we're here. We made it. It's like 8 o'clock. 8:15, night 1. All of our clothes here.
Some here too.
My hat weighs like about 10 pounds.
Oh yeah, where's my hat?
Yeah. I've got a feeling it's going to start dripping. We're also going to see if we can get a fire going. Because,
So wish us luck.
yeah, that would be amazing tonight. Alright, signing off. This has been Whoopsie. Trying out our pour over.
Waffy.
Yeah. Never ended up getting a fire going last night.
We had some visitors.
And we had some, I wouldn't exactly call them unwelcome visitors, but I wouldn't call them welcome visitors either. It's probably about 9 o'clock when they rolled up. It's a father and son. Maybe like 1/2 of one more scoop. Yeah. And the son was attempting to through hike the entire long trail in less than 10 days.
He has no pack.
No pack.
He's basically wearing shorts, a t-shirt, and like lightweight tennis shoes.
Yeah, and like a fanny pack. And
they're both from New Hampshire.
yeah, both from New Hampshire. And yeah, they rolled in like, I mean, I thought we were pushing it.
Yeah, getting here like 5 minutes after sundown.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell we arrived. But they got here at what time did they get here?
They probably got here at like 9 or 9:30.
Yeah, we were just kind of settling in for a nice, relaxing
Yeah.
post-dinner cheese session. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then once we got into the tent, it was kind of like any movement was amplified. 'Cause you had another tent right here.
Yeah. So we set our tent up in the shelter, and then they set their tent up directly right here, and there was barely enough space for both of them.
And there was also nowhere to set up a tent when we went around.
Yeah.
There was a spot
Down there is a tenting area. Yeah.
covered in water.
It's basically turned into ponds. So hopefully the next shelter we're planning to stay at has a I believe so. Has a pretty decent tenting area. All right, well we're gonna get our coffee going and our oatmeal, and we'll check in again. Filling out the logbook here. Reading some of the other entries. I wouldn't call us flatlanders, but we're not exactly local, that's for sure. So yeah, we got a interesting day ahead of us. Pretty good amount of elevation gain. Probably gonna have lunch at Skylight Lodge, whatever it's called. Skyline Lodge. And a little slow going this morning, but when are we fast going? No trail names aside from me being Whoopsie and Josh being Whoopsie. Boy Shelter logbook. You are here.
General Stark Mountain. Wonder what general screening does have.
Yes, sir. General screening, sir. Yeah, I think General Stark. We'll have to look up who that was. Maybe he was a Green Mountain boy. We're not going to climb across Mount Ethan Allen, I don't think.
No, that's pretty far away.
Yeah. I'll show you our laundry setup here. Pretty much everything is hanging.
Definitely not dry.
Nothing has been dried at all. Hat is still soaked. Probably not going to put that back on my head. But you know, wet socks are going back on today. Because God knows we're going to be hiking through some streams.
The trail is a stream.
Pretty much. Just had our pour over coffee and our oatmeal. Probably going to do some trail mix or some dried fruit, and then
There, I even said cheese.
There may not need to have some cheese. Yeah, and then we'll start moseying along eventually. All right, well, here we are, getting ready to to leave. Officially donned a pair of soaking wet clothes. Underwear, pants, shirt. Trying to keep my dry clothes dry for camp.
Hopefully this technique works.
Yeah. Yeah. Not looking forward to putting the wet socks on and then stepping into dripping wet shoes, but hikers gotta do what a hiker's gotta do. I mean, thankfully it's not frigid.
Or raining.
Yeah, it's not actively raining.
Yes.
Yeah, although...
It's actively fogging.
Yeah, fog's pretty foggy for sure. But eventually we're gonna head out.
Yeah, it's 9:05 a.m.
Is-
Otherwise known as 6:05.
Yeah.
And our buddies from New Hampshire.
They've been on the trail since 3:05 a.m. to us.
Yeah, these New Englanders are definitely a little different.
That was pretty wild, man. Well, I think I'm gonna stash this in its Ziploc. I'm holding out hope that I'm pretty sure will be let down, that there is enough dryness and fuel at the lodge for a fire to dry out our fucking clothes, but I really don't think that's gonna happen. But if it does, I will be pleasantly surprised. Alright, off we go. Well, here we are, watering up here by Boy's Shelter.
A little bit yellow.
Yeah, water's looking kind of yellow. Tastes pretty much fine. Has to be alright because it is filtered. Wearing a bunch of wet clothes. Getting our hands even more wet. Well, for the sake of the trail. It's pretty peaceful here. It's maybe the last time I take my camera out before we get to lunch. I'm looking forward to that hot lunch. I'll tell you that much. What about you? You also looking forward to that hot lunch?
Yeah.
Alright, well, this has been Whoopsie. There's Whoopsie. Whoopsie signing off. We're sitting atop Battle Mountain in a cloud.
I hope we're atop Battle Mountain. We just had our snack break. I was feeling quite weak.
Yeah.
And we just had, what do we have? An applesauce pouch.
Yep. Yep.
A bar.
Yep.
Gorp.
Some gorp.
And cheese.
Yeah.
And my strength feels like it's returning a little bit.
If that doesn't lift the spirits, then I think you're
And
I think you're out the door.
that doesn't lift your spirits, and I don't know what's wrong with you. Something's wrong though.
Something bad, something terrible is happening if that's not helping you. Oh man. Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's drier today than it was yesterday, but
I think it's drier. I just think you can't tell.
Yeah. It's definitely not raining, and that's for sure, and that's good. But hiking through a cloud.
Yep, hiking through the clouds.
Not quite Flatlanders, but this is a pretty fucking rugged trail. I just can't get over that kid we met from New Hampshire who was hiking the whole thing in under 10 days. He parked his car in Harvard Yard.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Yep. I think this is a New England gem. I don't think those guys were prepared to hear that we're coming from Tacoma, Washington. They were also so perplexed by the fact that we've never stayed in a shelter before.
I've never even knew shelters existed.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was definitely nice.
Yeah.
Because our options were zero besides the shelter.
Yeah.
Everything was soaked.
Yep.
And if it wasn't soaked, it wasn't a spot you would want to put it.
Yeah, it was either...
It was a slope.
Yeah, it was a slope and rocky in basically a stream bed.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, and the tenting area was basically just a series of small ponds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was nice. Flattest ground I think I've ever laid a tent on in my life.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely probably the nicest spot to put a tent. My back still hurt when I woke up.
Yeah, classic. Oh man, well, we're gonna continue on. I think we got about a mile to go to
lunch.
Yeah, to lunch, which
Luncheon
will consist of even more cheese, which might just put us over the edge. But
I think we've been over the edge for a while. Step one, accept that you have a problem. We haven't started that step yet.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see you at Skyline Lodge. Pretty serendipitous timing. We just arrived here at Skyline Lodge.
At Skylight.
Yes, and you're looking at Skylight Pond.
Not Skyline Pond.
And just started raining on us.
Look at my shoes. Get my shoes in the shot.
Here.
I don't know what color these ones were, but this is what they are now.
My lens cap fell all the way down. Yeah, and these are mine. I know for a fact that these were gray when I started hiking. Thoroughly brown now, covered in mud. My plan is to go rinse them off in this lake over here. But we're gonna have a long lunch here.
Very long lunch.
Yes, it's pretty nice inside the lodge, so. We're gonna be relaxing for sure. Pretty good hike so far. 800 feet, 868 feet.
Yeah, that snack we had. Oh man. I don't know what was going on with me, but well, I guess it's quite simple. I was hungry.
Yeah.
That always happens to me every hiking trip. It's like you eat breakfast, and then not long after that, after you begin hiking, you've burned through any ounce of energy that gave you
Yep.
within 30 minutes. And then I ate a massive snack. That's like probably...
It probably took a 15 to 20 minute break just to have some Gorp cheese. Well, you saw. Oh man. Alright, well, we're gonna have to start cooking here soon because I think I'm gonna need it. Got a little bit of rain. Visibility has gone down considerably. I'd say visibility is probably 50 feet. Packing up here, had a pretty good lunch. Beans, lentils, rice, cheese, hot sauce, tortilla.
No beans.
Nope, no beans, unfortunately. Got a little bit of rain. Rain came and went. Gonna try and make it to Emily Proctor Shelter with a good amount of light left. I think we'll do it. Either way, we're gonna be leaving Skyline Lodge. Pretty nice place. We're at a pretty dark entry in the logbook. I figure it's fake, but dark nonetheless.
That's true.
Very dark. Alright, signing off. Whoopsie. And my old pal Whoopsie here. We are gorping out here at the summit, or at least near the summit of Breadloaf Mountain. I'll tell you, man, this fucking trail will put some hair right on your chest. No question. I don't know if I've done that much elevation in that short of a time frame in my life.
No.
I think we did. I mean, we definitely did more elevation in the Sawtooths, but there was an element of mechanical advantage there. So much more distance to cover to get that elevation. We also found that this may have well just been a conceptual sketch.
It's fucking false, man.
So far, each day we've done about a mile more than we were told we were going to do.
Yep.
So yeah, it's 3.8 miles from Boy's Shelter to Emily Proctor, and so far we've done 4.25, and we're probably about, according to the map, we're 0.6 of a mile from the shelter, which means we're probably about another mile from the shelter. Well, I'm gonna get my Gorp on now.
Yeah, Gorp.
And check back in with you at Emily Proctor Shelter. We've made it to camp.
Already put whiskey in my hot chocolate.
Quite a day we've had.
Irish hot chocolate. That's some nice blokes down at the shelter.
Yeah, so
Way down at the shelter.
yeah, we're at the tenting site for Emily Proctor, which is considerably far from the shelter, and quite a ways uphill. But it's a pretty nice spot, nice and secluded. Not really great water access, so we cameled up down there and hoofed it all up here.
All of our needs.
Yeah, getting our dinner situation going.
Pad Thai.
Yeah, he's having pad Thai. I'm having
Visit Thailand. We've already had a little visit to the Emerald Isle. Daniel's gonna visit.
I'm gonna visit
India.
I'm gonna visit South Asia. My target Indian food, which I've yet to try, but
Bombay potatoes and Chana masala.
Yeah, I think at this point I'm so hungry I could eat anything. So, I can guarantee it will taste good.
What is it, 50 ways to eat bark?
They say hunger is the best spice, and I'm not exactly famished, but I could definitely eat a horse right now. Well, it's getting kind of dark, but pretty nice spot here. That's what we're looking at. Could hardly see on the camera, but it's pretty decently lit from the human eye. Just out here having a blast. Good morning, folks. It's day 3 of our journey. We're here at the tent site for Emily Proctor. Did not want to bust the camera out last night. I was pretty much beat. Still feeling it on my legs. I slept like a baby last night, absolutely. I don't think Josh got too great a night's sleep. He's at the Privy right now, which is so far away from the tent site. If you guys ever come to Emily Proctor Shelter, you're going to walk past the shelter, follow the signs that says tent site. You're going to pass the toilet, and then you're going to see another sign that says tenting area, and then you're just going to keep walking in that direction uphill for a while. And we found the best one. There's pretty much 2 tenting areas with one space for 1 tent each, and we found the best one is the furthest one. It's a pretty nice shelter, but it is far from the water and the toilet, so you're going to have to camel up and use the bathroom before you settle in for the night or hold it until the morning. But as you can see here, we got some rain last night, but I found the one sunbeam for my solar panel there. And get a little bit of sun poking through. This is our food area. Just had some Joe. Have not even thought about breakfast yet. Getting a pretty late start for today, to be completely honest, and I'm totally fine with it. Even though today is going to be pretty much our longest day in terms of miles. Like I said, we found that the trip. Oh. Spooked me there. There he comes. Dude, it's pretty nice.
Kind of dumb. Get that hand sanitizer.
It's somewhere in this bag.
Which one?
I think it's in the
This one?
yeah, I think it's in the top.
My poopy hands all over everything in the process. That ain't it.
Hope your hands aren't that poopy.
What?
I said I hope your hands aren't that poopy. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting some pretty serious condensation on this lens here.
Are you still filming?
Yeah.
Good. Oh. Have you eaten yet?
I have not.
I was down there and I was just finishing up and I was like, you know what? But Daniel's up there eating all the cheese.
Little does he know I finished the cheese the second he walked away.
Oh.
Dude, yeah, you like how I found the one sunbeam to put the solar panel?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna wait for this condensation to dissipate here and then start filming again.
Oh. My hands are still pretty cold.
Hand sanitizer's not gonna help. Dude, it did not do what my coworker Josh would say he would say I did not do myself justice because I put on my dry pair of underwear.
Where do you put these?
Not the one that I'm looking at, but the one closer to the tent on the outside. Yeah, that one. Yeah, he would say I did not do myself the justice by putting my soaking wet underwear back on.
I don't understand.
Yeah. It's just, he loves to say, do yourself the justice.
I'll fix that later.
Yeah. Well, it might be time to start thinking about breakfast.
Yeah. I think it is. What do you want to do? Just oatmeal?
Yeah, I think an oatmeal is in order. Talk to you after breakfast. Here we are near the summit of Mount Roosevelt. The sun was shining a moment ago and it's gone away. But it's still brighter than it has been. Rain was a little bit off and on the way here. Not too bad. We're at the trail junction of the Long Trail and the Clark Brook Trail. Cooking up some lunch. Drying off. I'm going full New Englander here. Shirt off, hanging up to dry. That is where the sun was shining not too long ago. Whoopsie over here is cooking. Cooking us some burrito lunches. And yeah, ran into a couple people.
A guy that was soaked to the skin.
Absolutely soaked to the bone in a full cotton outfit, who was planning to head down to Middlebury Gap, and he is bailing at Emily Proctor Trail, which I kind of can't blame him for. Although it has gotten a little bit nicer now.
Turned into a, I mean, I feel like besides day one, this is kind of how the days have been.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the day two.
Yeah.
Day two of not day one.
Day two of not day one. I know what you mean.
Means we need some cheese.
Yes, absolutely. This lens does not like to stay without condensation. But yeah, it's been pretty fun so far, I must say. Soaked to the bone. Wet socks, wet shoes. Did you add any water to that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let me do a little more though, because I just turned it up way too high.
Yeah. Yeah, those microwave rice and grain bowls, they're really good on the trail, but you just have to add some water to them before you start to cook. And you pretty much need hot sauce.
And cheese.
And cheese. Cheese is definitely necessary, which we will have. Alright.
This should be ready any moment.
It's time to eat.
Should get some tortillas, my man.
Yes. I believe we're at the summit of Mount Roosevelt now.
Teddy.
Quite a view. It's the first one we've had all fucking trip.
Yeah, we've had some slight views, like through the trees, but this one's a bit, probably about the most open.
Definitely the clearest day we've had so far too.
It's beautiful.
Taking a peek at some of the Green Mountain foothills over there. I don't even think you can see the White Mountains in New Hampshire from here. Did hear some thunder just now. The glasses are completely fogged up.
My bandana's stuck in this tree.
We're trying to make some good time. We got quite a bit of distance to go still.
Yeah, and it's, what is it now, like 3 something?
Yeah, it's just past 3 o'clock, 3:30. So
We better hit the trail.
we got to do about 4 miles in 3 hours, which shouldn't be too hard, but
Well, we got less than 4 miles now.
yeah, that's true. All right, catch you at the camp, probably.
Yeah. Somewhere.
Yeah, it must be. Get quite the fucking view now.
Let's enjoy this for a minute.
Yeah. I think we must.
Even though we're on a time crunch.
I think we must spend at least 5 minutes here. And at most 6. This is quite the view. No one ever told me why they call them the Green Mountains. And I'm damned if I know why.
Yeah, it's pretty damn confusing.
Yeah. Not a lot of green around these parts.
No. I mean, they sure as hell didn't call it the Evergreen State.
Yeah. And what's also wild is like, I mean, obviously in the fall, I mean, this place is pretty brilliantly yellow and red, but from what we're looking at, I see nothing but coniferous trees.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of deciduous trees down in this little valley here, and I'm sure about 80% of those are also deciduous, but
I'd love to sit on this point in the winter.
yeah, that would be wild.
Just see all the leafless trees.
Yeah.
Then what do you call this state? Greenish Mountain State.
Yeah.
The formerly Green Mountain State. Vermont, formerly known as the Green Mountain State.
Getting a pretty good amount of sun on that solar panel now. Looks like our sunlight time might be dwindling though. Looks like some clouds rolling in from the south.
You may want to be in some tree cover when those come.
Yeah. I suspect that to be the case. Haven't heard any more thunder since that one distant one.
As you say that.
May I be struck like with a bolt from the blue.
I just go flying. I hope not. But.
Well, this is quite the spot here. Teddy, you've got a beautiful mountain named after you. It's a shame that your face is on one. He just does not belong there either.
Who else is on that mountain?
I think it's Lincoln, Washington, Jefferson, and TR.
I say take them all off.
Yeah. Me too. Take all the blasting and glue it back on.
And just recarve it into somebody else like Millard Fillmore.
Yeah. Put a good president on there.
Buchanan.
Yeah, James Buchanan. Or better yet, put Calvin Coolidge on.
Or the one 20s president that we forgot. Maybe there isn't another one. I don't know.
Maybe I mean it's possible there's only 2.
I thought there was 3 though. It's probably just as pathetic as the rest of them.
Yeah.
Well, I know another 20s president. Joe Biden.
Yeah, born in the 1920s. It's elder abuse is what they say. Oh God. Well, here's your last glimpse of, man, that's looking mighty beautiful now that the sun is hitting it.
Yeah, we're in the shade. That's all in the sun.
Exposure is not really setting itself perfectly. A lot of darkness, but
not too many buildings down there.
nope.
Supposedly people live in this state.
See a couple. Alright, well, Now I will say goodbye to the camera before camp.
Goodbye, camera.
Good night, moon.
Canada.
Do that.
Because it's like 8,000 feet, dude. Are you filming?
Yes. That coldness really drained my battery last night. I was at like 68% yesterday. Last time I turned it off.
Yeah.
It's at 19% now.
Jesus.
Pretty messed up.
Let me tell you, fans at home, it's cold.
It's very cold.
Last night when we got here, it was not that cold.
No.
When we first arrived.
It's just a little breezy.
And we had our friend here, what was her name?
Emily.
She's from Kansas.
Kansas.
Well, also San Diego.
San Diego, Kansas. Goes to UVM.
PhD student.
Yeah.
About to start PhD.
Good conversations with her last night, but
it got windier and windier, and now it's just, it feels like October out there.
yeah, it's pretty.
It's cold.
It's pretty gray, cold. Lots of mist in the air.
Yep.
Rain kind of coming and going, but I'm thinking we're gonna head down this Cooley Glen trail here rather than finish up Vermont's presidential range.
Yeah, I mean, Grant is probably the most favorable of the presidents who has a mountain named after him in this state, as far as I know. But we're just gonna circumnavigate that one.
Yeah, I don't feel like climbing another mountain in this weather. And if you ever, anybody on the West Coast ever tells you that they don't have mountains out here, tell them to come climb one, because
There's certainly mountains. Just because they have trees at the top, it doesn't mean, or just because they're only 4,000 feet
Yeah.
max,
it doesn't mean
doesn't mean jack shit.
doesn't mean they're any less mountainous.
A big reason I think why I feel so mountainous is maybe now they can see me.
Yeah,
Is the trail maintenance.
yeah,
The maintenance is not very good, and also there's no such thing as a switchback.
yeah. That's
Have
the
you heard of a
truth.
switchback? Not in Vermont,
Yeah, no.
but that's okay.
But yeah, so it is a bit chilly this morning. I mean, I've never looked forward to putting wet clothes on these mornings, but I feel like this morning is the morning I'm looking forward to it the least.
What I do know is that your uncle better have that water heater running.
I think he will.
Both
He's been there for a night or two
A
now.
warm shower.
Yeah, that's gonna be an absolute necessity.
I can't even feel my feet right now.
Really.
Good thing I have dry socks I'm gonna wear.
Yeah.
You'll be
Put
proud.
dry socks on wet shoes.
Yeah.
That's my plan, at least. I think I'm getting a low battery warning, so it's maybe the last check-in.
Before we start, or before we get back.
Yeah. Well, it's been nice. It's been nice talking to the camera.
It's been nice knowing you.
Yeah.
See you at our funeral. No, we'll make it out.
We'll make it.